going to limit it to one question per person just so we could get to as many people as possible. Apologies if we're not able to get to everybody. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you are curious on drip, we are waiting on Spawn 68 files from the team, and then we will get the drip 68 released as soon as possible. For those of you guys who are not familiar, here at Oddkey, we release the Spawn covers, the Virgin variant, trade dress, and the black and white inks as digital collectibles every week for pretty much free. So can we get some updates? Just talked with Jake. In terms of the next drop, we will be announcing the next drop soon, but something special is it's going to have redemptions as a part of it. So I don't want to spoil too much. Pop-up shops, still waiting on a time to get, again, since Todd and Jake moved out of Arizona, it's been a little harder to stack up some copies of books for pop-up shops, but it is on the horizon, Dyson. We are working on it actively, so we will have a pop-up shop and new drops sooner rather than later. That's exciting, but again, welcome in everybody. I see a lot of new faces. If you guys are new here, welcome to Discord. This is the Todd McFarlane digital community. I have guests here all the time, including Todd, usually about once a month. We've done portfolio reviews, live drawings, and today we're doing just a normal Q&A. So make sure you guys get your hands raised. I'm assuming we'll have more and more people filing in. And this is live on Todd's Instagram and X account as well. So if you guys are watching from Todd's Instagram or X account and are wanting to participate in today's Q&A, make sure you guys hop on over to discord.gg/McFarlane. Here is where you'll be able to hop up on stage and ask Todd questions yourself. If not, you can just enjoy the audio from other social platforms. That's okay too. Will Todd ever appear in New York Comic-Con? I'm sure he will. Does Todd like frosted or plain cereal flakes? It's a great question. Why don't you take that question up on stage when Todd joins us? I see Jake out in the audience. I'm sure he's actively getting Todd here. Does this get recorded? Yes, all of these get recorded and posted on the Oddkey YouTube channel. So you can refer there for past recordings. We've had tons of different events with Todd, live drawings, bunch of awesome different types of experiences. If you want to learn some techniques, we got videos of that. If you want to, we got very common and popular questions. Let me preface this by saying if your questions include, how do I break into the comic industry? How do I get a job with Image Comics? How do I get better at art? I highly recommend checking out our past recordings because that question has been asked many, many times. So while it is a valid question, please, let's try to switch it up and come up with some more unique, creative questions that we maybe have not heard before or are more well thought out. Because if you're looking to break into comics or just looking to get a job or looking to have some input on the Spawn universe, this is not really the place for that or time. We want to respect everyone else's time. So let's try to ask questions that maybe other people would have rather than more personal questions. Who is Todd's favorite baseball coach? See, that's interesting. We know his favorite baseball player, Ken Griffey, but we don't know his favorite baseball coach. Spawn movie questions. Please don't ask Spawn movie questions. There's been a million updates in here. And I know for a fact if there's updates, Todd would be shouting them from the roof. When is the movie coming out? That is a classic question we get here. How many bases? See, now we're getting creative, J-Pabs. How many bases did he steal in college? That's an interesting. When will Todd write a business book? That's also a good question. I'd love for Todd to write a non-superhero fantasy book, maybe a little tell-all of his life. Again, want to remind everybody at the bottom of your screen, there is a hand icon. Click the hand icon. That'll put you in queue to come up on stage. We got quite a few people with their hands up. So we're going to go with people that want to come up and ask the questions themselves first. So we tend to not really get to questions in chat. just because there are so many people wanting to come up on stage and chat with the Todd father. Again, please, if you do not ask about getting your own book published. Do not ask about how to work for Image and how to break into the comic industry, because these questions have been answered many, many times. Please just refer to past recordings if you are interested. We only got about an hour and a half of Todd's time today, so hopefully he can get to as many questions as possible, but we tend to know he likes to talk, which is totally okay. Just means we won't be able to get to everybody's question today. So I apologize if you are one of the unlucky ones, but again, if you're watching this on X or Twitter, I mean, the same thing, Instagram, hop on over to discord.gg/McFarlane to be able to participate live and be able to come up on stage, ask Todd these questions yourself. There's only so many spots in the audience, and once it fills up, it's full. See quite a few new people here, though. Welcome to the McFarlane digital community. If you were trying to get into Image Comics, how would we go about that? Thanks, Colby, for the unique question. That's interesting. All I can say is it's different for everybody. Todd will reach out, or Thomas Healy will reach out to people they find on social media. So my recommendation is just keep putting your work out there and keep submitting resumes. Todd submitted his resume hundreds of times before he ever got work, right? So it's just that consistency that'll put you on top of the rest. For instance, here's the Todd father himself requesting to speak. You can, again, want to preface by saying one question per person. And we'll get this thing rolling. Todd, how's it going?
What are you doing today?
Not too much. It's moving day, so it's a little hectic here at college, but we're having fun. Man. How about you?
So I was just finished an interview. We're doing our interviews because we got the Curse of Shirley Johnson. Frank Miller did a cover, and and then he penciled and inked the version. And then he gave me the rough pencils, and then I inked over his. So it's the same piece of artwork, but with two different dramatic looks to it. And usually I try to be pretty true to people's pencils. I like it should look like them, but there were some sort of rough. I mean, there were some kind of rough pencils there, and so I made my interpretations, right, as an inker. And I'm really proud of my interpretations. And then I got halfway through and I was like, fuck, maybe I misinterpreted this. So I usually don't question myself, maybe because it was Frank Miller. I go, can somebody send me Frank's version? Because Frank had already inked his. So they then sent me Frank's version that had been penciled, inked by him and then colored. Man, I was way off on like I said, I usually don't miss swing and miss like that. Sometimes there's a little scribble line. You go, oh, maybe they meant this to be this, but I was like way off. But I was deep. I was like halfway through it, and I was like, oh man.
Well, no one bats 1,000, Todd. Unfortunately,
you what?
I said no one bats 1,000, Todd. So.
So now you get to the point, Rem and the audience, like this is my whole life. This is my whole life, what I'm about to tell you. You just figure out how to make lemonade out of lemons, right? And so I was looking at it going, man, well, I'm halfway here. Well, I got to finish this face because I don't want to redo it. And then it's like, well, since I'm here, I might as well change those other faces here. So what ended up happening, and then at the end, before we could talk about it, I go, could somebody make sure Frank signs off on this? Because he may go, Todd, what the fuck? But he understood. He's like, oh yeah, this is cool. They look different and stuff. So essentially, you've got this character, Shirley Johnson, and then she's doing this crazy thing, the three heads down below. and I misinterpreted. So I turned those three heads into quote unquote like hellish heads. One's the clown, and the other two are just demons. And he did them as kind of human heads, right? So one of them is the bald guy, the guy that was bald off to the side, he was drawn Billy Kincaid, the child sort of molester. I thought it was the clown, right? So I was thinking it with the clown, going, man, he forgot the markings and stuff, and it was like, no, because it's not the clown, Todd, you idiot. So, but now that there's the difference, then we both just went, yeah, it's kind of cool, because now instead of it being a slight variation between the two, there's a dramatic variation between the two. And I don't usually do that. I don't usually change stuff for the sake of changing it. But anyways, that we were doing interviews about those covers there. Frank's out in Europe right now, so he couldn't attend it. But anyways, that's it. Sometimes even at this ripe old age, you make the wrong mistake and you turn it into a right mistake, and then you tell stories like it was all intentional.
Well, happy accident. Bob Ross never dies.
That's it. I'm telling you, I have made a complete career out of it. So
that's awesome.
What are you doing? Like issue that we just sent to the printer, Spawn 368, I believe. We just sent to the printer. Anyway, Brett Booth is the artist on it, and this guy is magnificent. But I was doing a story that was kind of like the aftermath of this big sort of giant monster on Earth that, for all intents and purposes, was and will be a turning point in the Spawn mythology of humanity now knows that there are superheroes and supervillains and vampires on Earth, right? That's what that story was about. I just dressed it up with a big giant monster and lots of heroes. But Brett Booth is really good at it. But then this issue 368 was sort of like the epilogue, if you will. So there's some talking heads, a lot of pages of kind of talking heads and people sort of dissecting what just went down and them saying, hey, the world will never be the same, right? Like they now know we exist, get ready. But I was getting near the end of the book. I go, man, I gotta give Brett something to draw, right? Because he's gonna get mad and he's gonna yell at me. So I page 18 and 19, I gave him this 2-page spread. I won't spoil it. Hopefully you guys will dig it as much as I did. And I go, I need you to, here's what I'm thinking. Here's the 2-page spread. Do a poster shot, right? Just do it, because it's like I gotta give him something to just, and this dude knocked it out of the park, right? He knocked it. Like I say that to a lot of people, they don't necessarily hit the home run, right? Sometimes they get a double. I mean, he hit a grand slam on this one, and so, but then he phoned me, and then he went, "So what's the rest of the story of that 2-page spread?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just made that up like 4 minutes before I wrote those 2 pages." Like. This is a thing that would horrify people, writers, about my process. Like, I didn't even know I was going to put that character in until 5 minutes before I wrote. Like, what are you talking about? But now it's like, do I get to draw more? And I'm like,
come up with the story.
Yeah, that's up for debate. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just a really big giant tease. I haven't thought about it. But if I did think about it, and then I gave him a story like in 5 minutes, like it'd be this and this and this and this and this. Like, you got any interest in drawing anything remotely that I just made up on the spot? And he's like, yeah, cool. So if that story comes out and people like it, then again, it's another one where like, feel guilty for my artist, come up with something, and then the something turns into 3-issue big storyline that has a big impact on the rest of the Spawn mythology, blah, blah, blah. So I wish I could say I plan anything that turns out good and or bad, but I fly by the seat of my pants a lot, and I'm staggered at how many times I do tight wire walking, and I don't fall a lot. And then the times I do, the tightrope wasn't really that far off the ground. So I didn't hurt myself that bad. So anyways, but this is to me, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thrill and the fun part of creating, right? I'm not big on like over analyzing and overthinking and overdoing. Like, just at some point, just go, just do it. Come on, let's just go, have some fun. Some of it works, some of it doesn't work, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, so here I am, 40 plus years in the industry, and all of a sudden I'm having this conversation with Brett Booth, going, yeah, we could do that and that and that, and I feel like I'm a 12-year-old kid as I'm talking, and he's like, yeah, it'd be cool if we could do this, Todd, and we're back to the reason why we like creating and we like certain industries that we're in. But anyways,
that's what it's all about. Think about it too much, it might lead to inaction.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got a Q&A. I know we want to preface it by saying, please keep it to one question per person. We only got so much time, and a lot of people with their hands raised. And for everybody listening on Twitter and Instagram, I see we have a couple hundred live viewers over there. Discord.gg/McFarlane if you guys want to ask Todd a question yourselves. Anyways, Sickmy, I see you up on stage. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? I hope you all are having a good afternoon.
You too.
Todd, it is an honor to speak to you. I've been a fan for the past 20 so years, and it's my lifelong goal to own every single variant of the U.S. run. And I'm getting close, and obviously it gets to be cost prohibitive, but that's neither here nor there. It's just part of the chase. So to save time, my question is this. After the events of Endgame, when the reviewers kept hammering the series, an example is IGN's article from 10/29 of 08, written by D. Phillips. He treated fans as if we were buffoons for picking this title above all else, even going so far as to trash Brian Holgan's writing and Protacio's art. What lit the fire under you to show everybody just how wrong they were about the book? Let me reread that. What lit the fire under you to show them just how wrong they all were about the book I and millions of others love most?
I appreciate the question, and we've had it here. In all honesty, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. Right? I've said it 1,000 times. I don't have the time to worry about people's reaction to the artwork, because I got to get the next issue out. Right now, as we're talking, I'm finishing up the cover to Gunslinger 50. Why? Because it's due. It's due by the end of today. Right. So I don't have time to worry about other people that I have no authority over. What I do have control over is putting out work to the best of my ability. And with the help of other people that I get to help draft and pick, put it out, hopefully price it at a fair price, and then stand back, and that's it. That's all we can do. We just do the best we can. And do I expect everybody to like everything? Of course not. Like, that's rule number one, right? You're never going to please all the people. So, like I said before, I don't need, nor do I want. That's never been the goal, to get all 8 billion people on the planet to like anything that I do. That's like, I've never even, like, I just want to create. So I create, I put stuff out, and then I cross my fingers, and I hope that I get enough people to support me so that I can pay those around me that are helping me, and then I can do it again tomorrow. And that simple process has allowed me to have 40 years in the comic book industry and 30 plus years in the toy industry. So I've been, and what it means is I've been fortunate to find enough people. So people who don't like what I do or we produce or whatever else, which is perfectly fine. I'm like, everybody gets to have their opinion. I've said, and I'm going to go to my grave saying the exact same thing. I'm going to start making T-shirts with it. That just is. Then go and buy things that you personally enjoy yourself. Like I don't. It's weird to me. It's weird to me why somebody wants to write 5 columns about something they dislike. It's a weird thing to me.
I found the article odd myself, especially considering the fact that it read like he had just jumped into the series and was more complaining about it being too complex for him to comprehend, which really threw me off. It's like I said, I've been a fan.
But what I'm saying is, and it's fair commentary, and it might, and again, for him, it might be true. I'm not here to disavow any of a person's opinion. Nobody in this audience or anybody else. I'm not here to disavow it. It strikes me as odd for the amount of time that you spent talking about something you don't like. You could have written an article about something that you do like. I don't know. It seems like you should want to endorse and talk about and get excited about things that, and just the stuff you don't, just ignore it. Just ignore it. It's weird. It's weird. We're a weird lot, us human species. we just I don't know. It's weird. I don't get us at times. I can't fix that guy. I thought we were doing the best we could at that time. So if it's not your cup of tea, if any time we do anything's not your cup of tea, then I'd go find the cup of tea that tastes better for you. That's it. Like, I can't fix that for any other human being. Just, so, but I've said before too, I also don't pay attention when people like it, because again, both ways, I don't have time to think about any of that. I just got to get work done. How do you think you get 368 issues out?
By working nonstop for 40 years.
It's working. Yeah, I like it. It's working. And is it all the work awesome? No, of course not. Is all the work, even above average? To some people, the answer is no, which is fair commentary. Everybody gets to have a decision of what they personally like in their life. I'm not here to disavow any of that. I'm just here to say that that's the book. That's how it goes. And maybe Spawn's just not your cup of tea. Cool. Then go find something that you enjoy. Move. Could you get out of the way? Because there's a couple people standing behind you that might actually like it. I'd like to maybe have a conversation with them.
Okay.
Thanks for your questions, Dick.
I appreciate you, Todd.
Sure. Thanks for coming up.
Have a good one. Lizard Man, what's going on?
Lizard Man.
Hello. I'm a big fan of your work, Todd. Read you since I was a kid. Enjoyed your Spider-Man run. So my question for you is, whenever you lose motivation or feel like lost, like you lose that motivation to keep on writing, what motivates you back, or like makes you want to come back to it specifically? Good. These are interesting questions, so thank you for it. You may be talking about, I got to tell you, dude, I need no drugs or anything to get me motivated, right? Like life motivates me, right? The moment I wake up and I go, I got air in my lungs today. Today's a good day, right? So I'm going. I may be limited in the tools I have to get what's in my head out creatively, because it's just personal limitations, whatever else. Writer's block, if you're talking about something closer to what sometimes can be referred to as writer's block, that you actually want to do something, you just doesn't feel like it's coming out. And we have that both in writing and in drawing. You'll erase a cover or a panel 10 times because you just don't like it. But for me, I've just trained myself that there's no option other than getting the work done. So Todd, you don't feel completely like you're at your A game today. You still got to play ball. You got to get a page done today. You got to get a page done. Why? Because you got a deadline. And so you just got to get it done. So I can't say that every page I've ever done I'm equally proud of. Of course not. Right? There are plenty of pages that I've drawn where I just go, wow, that turned out way better than I thought. Oh man, I don't even know where it came from. Wish I could replicate that. I can't. And then there's other pages where I look at it and I go, duh. I hope they don't notice this. But I got to hand it in because I've got 20 pages and I got to get the book out. Because the obligation that I owe, I think, and it's my life, so I get to put the priority. The obligation I have towards my audience is to put work out, to put content out, and then let them decide whether they want to consume any of the content. Because the other stuff, especially ego stroking and all those other things, it takes you away from doing the work, which is why I don't go to a lot of shows, right? So I've had my 15 minutes of fame. I've had my ego stroke plenty. I mean, I'm talking to a bunch of people here. Thank you, right? 78 of you showing up to hear my voice. Thank you. Cool. So I've had plenty of applause, if you will, and I've been doing it 40 years. I'm sort of over that piece, and the piece that matters the most is just getting the work and getting the content out, getting the work and getting the content out. Because the more you put out, the better chance you have that somebody might like some of it. Not all of it, but some of it. So put a bunch of it out. Look at right now. I'm gonna make an assumption, and I don't think I'm that far off. I think people like, if they say they like Spawn, I think it's a general thing they're saying. I don't think they're going, yeah, I like issue 127. 135 was pretty cool. 185 was maybe the highlight, but no. You either like Spawn as a character, has a concept now after 300 issues, or you don't. And yes, are there some favorite artists and or stories or whatever in the 360 plus that you may have a fonder memory of? Of course. But overall, when people sort of say, man, I like Spawn, it's just the generic of Spawn as a whole, which basically means that if you like Spawn, I've had this conversation with Greg Capullo about Batman. If somebody likes Batman, and Greg Capullo does a bad Batman cover, which he would never, but let's just hypothetical. He does a bad Batman cover. It's really terrible. You think people are going to go, oh, man, it's a bad Batman cover. I don't like Batman anymore. Greg Capullo, who I've been following for 20 years, I don't like him anymore. Of course not. Of course not. It's just one day. It's no different. It's no different. And I'm going to go to baseball and sports. It's no different than Shohei Ohtani striking out 2-3 times in a game that you went to. He just had a bad day today. Tomorrow's another day. Let's go, Shohei, right? And then overall, he has more better days than bad days, and that's why you like Shohei Ohtani. Hank Aaron, that everybody knows, hopefully you've heard the name, holds the major league record for grounding into the most double plays in the history of Major League Baseball. Hank Aaron. Reggie Jackson, Hall of Famer, holds the record for the most strikeouts ever. I could go on and on. Cy Young. They've named the award they give it to the best pitcher every year. It's called the Cy Young Award. The player who was actually Cy Young in the turn of the century in 1900 holds the major league record for the most losses by a pitcher. The most losses by any pitcher's ever pitched. So how did those three guys become Hall of Famers? Because they did other stuff. And they did it at a good level for decades. And that's what people were judging them on. And I think that's what we do now with creators that have been around for decades and or characters that have been around for decades. We either just decide we like them or we don't. You either like Tom Hanks as an actor or you don't. But you don't go, oh man, that last movie wasn't very good. I hate Tom Hanks now. No, not after liking him for 30 years. So anyway, like I said, I don't get caught up. I just got to get work done. I got to get work done.
Awesome. Thanks for your question, Lizard Man. Appreciate you. What's going on, Martin?
Hey, hello everyone.
Hello. Welcome to stage, man. What's your question?
Thank you. I wanted to thank Todd for choosing my spawn cover for the Spawnery contest last year.
Oh, wow. You must have done a great piece. So I'll thank you because that was your talent. Not like, so it must have been good.
I'm extremely grateful. And I just wanted to check if you have any news about the spawn covers being published or any updates?
If I heard it, I think he was asking about the Spawnery covers or something, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Your mic's cutting in and out pretty heavily.
But yeah. So we actually just had a conversation that putting together a follow-up on the schedule of that for some of the people who didn't get their stuff printed yet. So I want to come up with a schedule that we can give to some of the people that have been waiting quite a while here to see their stuff in print. But we're still doing it. Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to check since it's been like a while.
Yeah. No. I agree. So which is why I said, guys, give me a schedule so we can go out there and tell people.
And if it's possible to send new samples to you.
Yeah.
I've been working on a new samples and I wanted to send it to you.
Yeah, sure. People like however you got the samples.
Jake for your email.
However you got the samples to us the first time, just send it through the same process.
Yeah, and if Martin, you can always reach out to me too, and we'll try to get over to Healy.
Okay, I'll check with you then.
All right, thanks.
Thank you so much, Todd.
Yeah, no, thank you. Keep up the artwork. Keep up the artwork. Best of luck.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Martin. Have a good one. What's going on, John Stem? Welcome to stage, man.
Hello, greetings from Greece.
Greece. Also, can I tell you my experience with Greece? Is you guys are like you guys are like way too nice, right? Because every time I went to go eat, like you guys, like number one, you give us way too much food. First off, you just keep bringing it. You're like my grandma, that it's like you think we're too skinny, you got to fatten us up. And then you keep bringing us food we didn't even ask for, and you're like, no, this is free. Don't worry about it. Just have it. This is free. We're so proud of it. Like, I'm like, oh man, no, like this is not how to run a business. Give away all your goods for free. But very, very kind people we ran into on our trip there. So.
Well, yes, we're known for our hospitality. I just wanted to say I'm a very big fan. I've been reading your run since I was a kid of Spider-Man. I thought your Spider-Man design was the best. Even when I was a kid, I didn't know who you were. I didn't read the comics, nothing, 4 years old. I have read the Spawn comics, currently issue 86, and I've watched the Masterpiece HBO show. What I wanted to ask you was about paneling, because this is where I got a very, very, very nice panel. How does paneling, how is it affected by characters' emotions, the story, and if it's like more difficult to have your own identity, your own paneling when you are under a strict, like for example, Marvel, like a strict house that posts.
Yeah. So, okay. So I think I understand the question. So I think just to reinterpret it a little bit, I think he's asking like, how do you come up with your own style that helps set you apart? And then how do you even learn storytelling on your interior pages that have the different panels in it? I think that's what he was calling paneling. The interior pages. Yeah. So
like
I don't. In all honesty, I don't think that Marvel or DC restrict that. But the piece you're asking about, I think, is the single hardest discipline in comic books, which is learning good storytelling. Not necessarily good drawing. There's lots of people that can draw well, but learning good storytelling. Sadly, I don't think there's a lot of people in the industry, including the editor, that can help you with that. You just have to learn it on your own, and and hope that it's the equal or better than a bunch of people around you. It like, if I have one criticism for the people who work for me at times, artists, their biggest weakness is storytelling, not drawing. They're amazing drawers, artists. They're amazing artists. But the clarity of their story, of telling the story, sometimes is lacking. And so how do you get that? I don't know. Like Frank Miller is head and shoulders above all of us in that regard, in terms of telling a story. I think it's somewhat learnable. I think you can teach it a little bit, but I think it's like anything else, that there's just some people. Michael Jordan, you give him a basketball and you put him on a court and the rules are the same for him as everybody else. He gets different and better results. Why? I don't know. He's just Michael Jordan. So it's a hard one. I don't even know how I would teach. I would just be, if I had to teach people storytelling, it would just be that to some extent, minus any of the word balloons, that people should still have an idea of what's going on. It's sort of like watching a movie with the volume off. You should still have an understanding of it. And the toughest part is what you asked at the very beginning. We don't have the luxury of acting. Like, actors can do brilliant things with their body and their eyes and just a glance. Sometimes they scratch the back of their head, so it indicates that they're a little bit nervous. We don't have that luxury. So we have to convey it in like kind of one or two panels. So the people who have great body language, I think, are some of the best artists that I've ever seen. And I'm jealous of them. I've never really had great body language. And I'm talking about casual, normal people sitting in a chair or sitting at a desk. So it's I don't know. I don't think there's an easy shortcut, and I don't even I don't know how to get there. But if you can conquer it, I think then you're on your way to becoming a notable artist. So.
Okay, thank you very much. Adio, goodbye, as we say in Greek.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Appreciate
goodbye,
you.
Goodbye. It was an honor. Thank you.
What's going on, Marco?
Not much. About you?
Doing well, man. What's your question?
My question is, I know it's Spawn 666 is still a long ways away. Are there any plans for the Spawn 666 issue, or any ideas where the series is going to go from that point on?
No, it's if you heard me at the beginning, I gave this 2-page spread to Brett Booth, and all of a sudden, when I gave it to him, and he did such a good job, I went, man, I wonder if I should be using, like, that should be like where we head to issue 400, right? Like, yeah. Forget 666. I got to get to 400. But I go, man, that's 2.5 years from now. Do I want to like tease this for 2.5 years before I get to it? I'm leaning not to. So I go, maybe we'll do a cool story and do something at 375, and then it means I've got two years, 25 issues to come up with something cool for issue 400, right? So not only am I not planning on what I'm doing for 666, I don't even know what I'm doing for 400 or 375, but every now and then so I may now know a little bit maybe where we're headed for 375, but 400, no. Especially if I use this idea for 375, no. So I'll be talking to some of the other writers and my editor-in-chief, Thomas Healy, and we got 2 years to come up with something cool, but I just have the silly confidence that we always pull a rabbit out of our hat, especially when it comes to the anniversary stuff, right? So
true. I did love the
we got the King Swan Gunslinger Scorched 50-50-50, I'm calling it right now, the 50-50-50 coming out. Like there's where I'm at, and I think we got a nice program going with that, and hopefully we'll by the time we come out of the 50-50-50, we'll be pushing close to Spawn 375, which we can do a little bit of fun with that, and then and then we've got a 2-year run to get to 400. Cool. Like, so here we go. Don't have to be doing it every month or twice a year. Just like you do it when it matters. But that's the game plan right now. So I don't think too far ahead, like I said. So.
Sounds good. I did love the splash page in Spawn 354 was beautiful. Red Booth has been killing on Spawn.
354?
Yeah.
What was it?
All of the splash page on it was beautiful too.
But what was on it though?
Oh, it was Spawn, Lyra, and all the vampires chasing after him.
Oh yeah.
After him.
Sweet. Yeah. Thanks for your question, Marco.
I guess.
Have a good one. What's going on, Gavender? Welcome to stage, man.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well.
I was just wondering, Todd, when you finalized the design for Spawn number 1, were you like, did you know that you had struck gold when you finished it, or were there like some aspects that you weren't totally happy with?
Dude, if I knew where lightning was going to strike, I'd go and stand by it all the time, right? But you just do stuff, and sometimes it works. This is why I like doing a lot of work, because if you just keep shooting the ball and shooting the ball and shooting the ball and shoot every now and then, the ball goes in the basket and you score points, right? So, and the funny thing is, once you make one of those baskets, they have a tendency, the fans, you guys are super gracious. You have a tendency to forget about all the missed shots. So you're just like, oh man, Venom, Todd, oh my gosh. And it's like, yeah, but I created a bunch of other characters out of Marvel nobody cares about, right? But that all gets sort of wiped away, and then Spawn comes and it ends up being successful. So all of a sudden it appears that some of the decisions I made early may have been pre-planned or with knowledge. Of course not, right? Like, no. The only reason you sort of like some of the stuff in Spawn is because the book has been somewhat successful. And so he could be a polka dot if he was successful or not. And people go, man, that was the right choice, making him polka dot, man. So yeah, you never know. You never know. Look at it. We had this character called Venom that we created. We didn't even put him on a cover till I think issue 316 of Amazing Spider-Man. Took us like almost a year and a half. And then we went, hey, maybe we should bring it back and whatever. And it's like, yeah. Maybe. And we weren't thinking like put him on the cover because people care about him. It was like, what should the cover be? Well, it's Spider-Man, and who's the bad guy? Oh, it's Venom. Okay, we'll just put him on there. And then that book becomes like a book that people want to collect because it's like, oh, the first Venom cover. But we don't know in those moments. We don't know. I wish, it's just sort of like people telling you how to pick stocks and whatever else. If you fucking have the idea how to pick stocks, first off, you'd be a gazillionaire and you'd be on your yacht right now, not writing an article, right? So stop it, right? We're all just making educated guesses, and every now and then some of them actually turn out, and then you get way more credit than you deserve. Too much credit for some stuff. I shouldn't, but thanks anyways for giving it.
Thanks for yeah, thanks guys.
Have a good one. What's going on, Hagen? Welcome to stage, man. Hagen, you can unmute.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hagen, can I say one thing here before we get going?
Sure.
We are year 5. Pandemic came March of 2020. We are year 5. And things like Discord and Teams and Google Meet and Zoom, all these things have become just normal parts of our life. And yet, with that, we still forget to turn on the fucking mics, right? Like I do it probably 8 times a week. They're like, Todd, your mic's not on. And I'm like, what? How do I not remember? I got to turn on my mic. We've been doing this for 5 years now. Come on. Like we all do it. It's a weird thing for us not to be like, it should be second nature, I would think by now. And yet we all still do it. It's crazy. So anyway, go ahead.
I was wondering that with advancements in AI, how do you feel about the future of comics, and where do you think they'll go from here?
I I don't know. What the capabilities of AI is still developing every day. We'll see. We'll see what that means. I haven't seen anything AI that can make a comic book. I mean, I think maybe you could probably prompt it to give you a plot or something like that for an idea. Give me a Spawn story with Jason Wynn, and they're in Scandinavia, and the Russians are attacking. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they can give you a ballpark story idea, I guess. But I haven't seen that AI can give you 20 pages consistent with a style and pencil and ink it and color it so that all the pages feel like they came from one hand. AI can do single images really, really well, but I haven't seen any of that. I think AI's biggest benefit artistically is concepting. I said before, because you can potentially sort of go, hey, I want to invent a new toy. Let's use that, new toy, and we're going to do it. And you give it a couple, and then you got like 25 versions of whatever that toy idea is you had. It would take a lot longer to draw all 25, so it's way easier for me to type 25 or something like that. But I still then would need to give that to a human being to go, hey, let's go make it, change it, fix it, engineer it, do all those other things. So maybe in the future more of that will be doable. But for now, I think it's limited in what it can and can't do to help put out a comic book, if help's even the right word. So
Awesome. Thanks, Hagen, for your question, man.
Sure, thank you.
Yep, have a good one. Sean R., welcome to stage. Do I got to remind you to unmute your mic too? Sean. All right, Trench, what's going on? Welcome to stage. Someone speak. Neither of you?
tech problems.
They're both unmuted, but we can't hear either of them.
No, but
West
that's
Coast Avengers, what's going on?
I'm here. Hey, Todd. How you doing?
what are you doing, man?
Oh, just sitting on my couch pitching emails to people to get them on my podcast. I need to have you back on, but that's not what I'm here to ask you.
Do it.
I wanted to ask, you just recently did the couple of Jaws anniversary pieces for the 50th anniversary, and two of the most legendary McFarlane pieces are the movie poster and the diorama from, whatever that was, the 90s. Are there any movies that you would like to tackle aside from the Star Wars universe that you haven't been able to get yet, but stuff that you really love? Because I know you love some old movies.
Wow. Yeah, man. Phew. I try. It's weird because as I get way too practical now that I'm older. Where it's like, no. If you're gonna do stuff, Todd, there's got to be an audience there. It can't be an audience of one, which is just me. So there has to be a lot of people that like this thing, and then try and go do a good one. But as I sit here, I don't lament. I don't lament over anything that I go, man, for 20 years we've been trying to chase it down and I can't get it.
Right.
Now, again, there's been plenty that we haven't been able to get, but I understand the dynamics of it, but just go, wow, shoot, if I could only do that. I mean, you mentioned obviously Star Wars, that's just because it's just a AAA brand that's a planet in and of itself, right? There is no second place to that in terms of brand. So you go in terms of notoriety and whatever else. But no, man, I'm have to. So I know it's going to happen as soon as this Q&A is over. I'm going to go, oh man, I should have said that. So, but off the top of my head, no, I can't think of one. We just watch what's happening in the real world. Then we go and try and chase it as fast as we can before somebody else recognizes.
Yeah. Well, I really hope you bring back the 3D posters because I really enjoyed those when they were coming out. And Somebody in the chat mentioned a Spawn 1 treasury. That's my last piece of thing I'll say. Let's see a Spawn 1 treasury on newsprint. Get Kirkman to give you the guy who printed the upcoming Skinbreaker, and let's get an oversized Spawn 1 treasury.
Yeah. What about you were saying the movie posters, but not you say that. What about that same format, but for comic covers? I could do a Spawn #1 and do that embossing.
I'm there. I'll buy it. I'm sure a lot of other collectors and people that want to hang that on their wall will buy it because there's only one original cover, but we can at least get the 3D poster of it.
Yeah. That'd be cool. All right.
I love contributing these ideas, but get to your rest of your questions. I appreciate you, Todd. Thank you. And see Todd. Bye, Todd.
All right. Be good.
Cheers.
All right, Sean, what's going on, man? I know you got your mic working now. Oh, you lied to me. You do not have your mic working. Trench, what's going on?
Yeah, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hello. I just want to say quick, it's amazing talking to you, Todd. But I'll keep it quick. My question is, when you're creating like characters and a new universe and all that sort of stuff, what would you say is the most important part of the character development, whether it's the design or the backstory or everything, and integrating that into the full universe? Is there like, should you try to connect it to as many things as possible, or have like each character have their own sort of corner in story on their own? I don't know if
the two quick things I would say is just have somewhat clarity about like the big plan, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, so Bruce Wayne, you know, his mom and dad get slain, and then he is going to figure out how to avenge them as he gets older, and that's gonna form his complete identity, right? Now, what are the details of that? I don't know, but over time it becomes Bruce Wayne and Batman, right? But the concept right now is you just make sure you're strong, because you have to have a sort of, to use a bad cliche, you have to have your North Star that you can't waver from, at least at the beginning. You got to, because everything's going to bounce off that, right? Everything's going to bounce off that.
Right.
Like, so you go, okay, here's my big concept. How I accomplish that, that's the journey of a character being developed over years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And then the other one is what I just said. I think once you have that, then longevity plays into the success, because you have a point of view. People can decide whether they like that point of view. And then if you put it out for not only years, but decades, then just by attrition, you're going to grow an audience. It's almost impossible not to, right? Even a mediocre band that's been around for 35 years has a certain following because they've been around for 35 years. So, so doing a comic book, writing a book, and all those other things, all that is true too. So
now I don't want to like drag on, but with that, having the overall story in mind, would you say every character or event should add to furthering to get to that final point, or is it important to have a little bit of expansion and redundancy to it? Not redundancy, but expanding on things.
Well, it depends. If you're doing something like a movie or a book, and you're not going to be able to, a novel, you're not going to be able to do a lot. You have to construct your story differently. You have to have more of a beginning, middle, end. If you're doing things like comic books and or TV shows, then you can think more episodic, right? Mm-hmm. That you just go, oh, I don't have to tie everything up. I just have to be able to take one piece of what's going on in that person's life, and then tell it, and that's my story this week, right? Like George works at the bank, and the whole story is he thinks it's time to get a raise. And the story is, will he get a raise? First off, he's too shy to ask for it. People at home go, come on, George. Why? Come on, stop being a pussy, man. Come on, get up there. You need to ask for it. You deserve it. Like, so all of that is sort of doing it. And then you resolve whether he gets a raise or not at the end of your episodic. But it's still George, a guy working at the bank. You started it with George working at the bank, and you end it with working at the bank. You just did a story in between, right? I mean, what are you talking about? You have a show called The Office. They all work in that same office, and then you just go, okay, what thread are we gonna pull for this episode? So it depends on what your medium is that you're working in that will dictate how you have to construct your story.
All right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks,
really
Trench.
an honor. And pleasure. Thank you.
Have a good weekend, Trench. What's going on? Horror Topics. Welcome to stage.
Hi, hello. Nice to meet you, Todd. Not gonna keep you up for too long, but I just wanted to ask, as you know, Spawn has evolved a lot. How do you write a character who like must feel timeless, but also yet respond to the issues of the moment?
Well, you know what? It's I would say it's a balance, because for a couple of reasons. I think number one, you don't want to lean in too much to what's happening today, because you don't want your book to feel aged 10 years from now, right? So again, I think there are like Superman comic books where he went and met John F. Kennedy or something like that, right? So if you read that book, it's going to jar you, because you're like, oh, where you need to sort of go, oh, Superman's meeting the president, you shoot it from behind the president's head, and it's just a generic president at that point. And then you go, whew, because then you can print that 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Also, I don't think you need to shy away from sort of like the society we live in, but you don't want to get overly preachy one way or the other either, right? You can, it's your book, but if you're looking for longevity and as many people as possible, you have to sort of cast a big enough net. And what I try to do is that if I think that there's sort of an issue that sort of deserves some evaluation, you can put it into the fantastic story you're telling, right? So betrayal and greed and overreach and law abiding, law break, all the things that you're talking about, murder, war, all the things that are actually on our planet right now. We go read an article about today. You go, how do I convert some of that just into the dynamics of people in costumes with the same mindset behind it, right? So that's it. Like I said before, the last storyline I came up with was this big giant monster and a big epic, and all the heroes are there. The sole idea was, it's time for the world to know that all these characters exist. Why? Because it allows me now to start writing different stories, my writers to do different stories, because the people they're going to be meeting now in the comic book moving forward will have a different perspective of those characters, because they're not going to be shocked they exist. They now know they exist. And now it's like, are you the good guy? Are you the bad guy? Can I use you? Are you here to kill me? Are you here to help me? Can we recruit you? Can we duplicate you? Like all these things that I think that people and corporations and governments would probably think of. I'm just going, man, how do I get me a piece of that, right? If I was, Russia, Australia, Japan, or China, and America had Superman, I'd be either trying to figure out whether I could give him a pay raise and he could come work for me, or I'd go, is there a way to make our own Superman? Or does he have a brother that's also a Superman, or a sister that's also a Superman? So I don't know. So you take what's in front of you, and then you amp it up a little bit, and you make it fantastic.
Sweet. Thanks for your question, Horror.
Yep. Thank you.
For sure. Todd, real quick, I know we're coming up on the top of the hour. Just want to ask, how much time do you have with us this evening?
A little bit, because I got to finish this cover here. It's cool, just Gunslinger cool cover here. So
sweet. Yeah, no worries. Just let me know.
Yeah, we got some. We got some. I also, well, we got some people here too. We're going to be doing another drop here, right?
Yeah.
And so the idea that we've been talking about, I don't know, if Jake been talking to you too, is like, you know how we have like the commons and then the rares and rares, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yes, sir.
But what we're going to do with this one is that we're going to have like, I'm going to do something that will set like two of them apart. And then not only will you get the two rarest ones, because there's only going to be two of them, but then I'm going to do like an original sketch for somebody. Like one of the two winners will also get an original sketch. And then I'm trying to think what the other thing that we were going to come up with, but like two super unique things, so that the winner not only would get like the hardest to find NFT, they also would get a kind of a one of one to go with their NFT. So they'll basically two for the price of one.
Wow.
So and arguably the upside of that is that you get to either become twice the winner, or you could actually keep whichever one you like and sell the other one at a more than anything you did. You go, no, I like my NFT. What do I care about a sketch? Okay, well, you can go cash that sketch out for a lot of money.
Wow. And forgive me if I'm wrong, you're also going to be doing the signatures. And if people want to burn their signature NFT, they can redeem for a signed book. Like they
So right. So or they can send in their own book. I know this is this thing where it's like, Jake, let me tell you, my son Jake is always looking out for you, and so is Rem. So that I was like, I just signed a book, and we can send them a book too. And they're like, what if it's not a book they want? I'm like, what? And it's like, well, they might have their own favorite book. And I'm like, okay. So it goes, well, why don't we just make it? They can send in their favorite book or two favorite books.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Like, I mean, we've done that before. That it's like, I won. I didn't win the one of one sketch, but I won that autograph both with my NFT, and I get to send in something, and Todd to give me a couple free autographs on the books of my choosing. If they don't have any books, I'll give you a book and I'll sign it, whatever. But if you happen to go, man, I want my Amazing Spider-Man 300 signed, right? Then you can send that in or whatever. So, anyways, we're just trying to get a little bit goofy with it, right? And then the other thing we're trying to figure out too is, and we'll continue to push, is to like whether there's a way to do this without always like having to open up a wallet per se, right? That people can just like go, I don't want to do wallets, I don't want to do crypto, but I got a credit card. That's how I live my life. So trying to meet people where they're at. So we'll see. Anyways, look for details coming down pretty soon. Rem and Jake will do a good job of letting all of you know how all that's going down. But we're going to try and give some real meaning to the winners that draw randomly the couple items there.
That's gonna be sweet. Yes, definitely keep posted. We'll let you guys all know all the details. A sketch from Todd. Those aren't cheap. It's basically
no, they're not. So like I said, and I don't even care. You can go sell it. Go get yourself a new car. So
that's awesome. All right. Well, we got time for a couple more questions. Sean, is your mic working? Oh, Sean, you're a Discord. You've been here. You've been around a while. How's your mic not working? Anyway, Spawn 1992. How about you?
I'm here. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Great.
Just as always, Todd, always a pleasure. Can't thank you enough for coming on here. I try to spread the word, but everybody has different times. They can do things, work, home life, all that good stuff. Just two, like one quick question, real quick, and just something that's mind-boggling to me. Thursday and Friday at New York this year, I saw your signing. Are you doing any Saturday and Sunday signing? And is it always going to keep being this reserve stuff year after year? My son wants to meet you so bad, and flying from the East Coast to the West. And I'm not trying to sound like a crybaby, but it's just it's like a kid's dream. Basically, he's dying to meet you. He really is. So my question is what is your Saturday and Sunday schedule? And I get it, you're a busy dude, so I know how it works.
I think usually the way that it works is some of the stuff that gets posted. I didn't know that anything got posted yet, but is some of the obligations I have towards the convention itself, because they help us with a lot of things. So in return, I need to help them with some stuff.
Right.
So my guess is that sort of that there, and then usually the other days that you're talking about are the ones where then I get to just do what we want ourselves, right?
Right.
So those are the ones that we usually then have the open signings for people that happen to win a lottery or something like that. So again, it's not perfect. Everybody doesn't get an autograph that one because we have to limit it because there's limited space of
Right.
on the floor. If there the downside of the conventions being as big as they are now is that there's no room to line up people, right? And so the people don't want to do it. But I'll be there, and we'll have just regular signings and stuff like that. So hopefully your son will be one of the lucky ones that can sort of figure out how to
he wrote you it's funny because he wrote you when he's 10 now, and he wrote you a letter that he saved. He lost it, and then he just found it under a stack of his comics or something. Somewhere he randomly placed it. He wrote you a letter, Todd McFarlane. It's funny. You have to see it. I'm going to have him bring it when the time comes to meet you, because he wrote it. Actually, he's 10, and he wrote it when he was like 6 or 5. So it's just cool. Yeah, it's wild. It's a cheesy thing, but it's just something that I've met you several times. Things with the father and son. He just loves Todd McFarlane. So it's one of those things that.
Man. Oh man!
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Dad, for brainwashing him. Thank you, man.
It's not even that, Todd. It's your artwork and your style and everything, because he appreciates you, Greg Capullo, Mike Deodato Jr., all the guys that just have that style that he loves it. He really truly loves it. And he draws too, but he's only 10, but he's getting there. So it's one of those things that it takes time. So
post up his work in Artist Alley.
That's a plan. And one other just real quick thing, Todd, can you make new cards with whatever company, Topps, Panini, whoever? Can you make new Spawn cards? We're itching for new cards.
Yeah, we're having those conversations right now.
Ooh. Thanks, Spawn 9092. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Remdog and Todd. Always a pleasure. You guys are awesome. Have a great weekend.
You too, bud.
Todd, Sean's question, because he was not able to do the mic, but it's an interesting question. Okay. I have a feeling I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. What piece of original comic art would you buy back that you've sold before?
Man, there's a couple of them. There's one that's coming up for auction. The Batman 423 cover, right? The big black one where he's cradling the young lady. That one's going to come up. I think it comes up for auction next month, here in a couple of weeks, right? And the guy that owned it, he would come almost every come, and a lot of times he would bring the page with him, and he would show it, right? I mean, and it's clean, and I can't say that all my pages were clean. This one was pretty clean, because I banged it out pretty fast, right? So it wasn't like it sat around and got soiled. And I thought I didn't have time to think about that one. Like I've said before, that was just a cover. They gave me, a half day to finish, and I banged it out. But I found out he's always like, I'll give you a family discount. If I sell it, I think you should have it, Todd. I think you should have it. And then the price kept going up every year because he was getting temptations from other people. But I went to San Diego, and I go, I need a phone. I actually pulled out his card. I need a phone. And then I found out that he just passed away recently, which is why his estate has that page in the auction. And I was talking to some art dealers there at San Diego, and they think that piece goes for $1 million. So, and I was just like, oh man, I thought he was offering it to me at a price, but that would have been cheap compared to that. So you can't buy back. So if I could have a couple back, probably Spidey 1. I'd probably, just because I think it would show well on a wall. The Amazing Spider-Man 300, and then I gave away Hulk 340 for free. Like, I gave that one away for free, right? So the Wolverine with the Hulk reflection, I didn't even get a penny for that one. So there's a couple of them. I go, oh man, well, maybe the first Venom cover, right? Oh man. So, but I've got all my Spawn covers, so I'll just have to live with those ones.
I think you could probably retire off those.
Yeah.
What's going on, Gunslinger? Welcome to stage.
Hey guys, I just had a quick question. Any chance your next Kickstarter could be a Gunslinger?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I with lots of lots of weapons and lots of cool stuff. Maybe different size tall hats, because all the artists sort of draw them a little bit differently, and just
hello.
And then we got the sort of the two different masks and the different chest plate over time. Thing has changed, so I think there'd be some fun stuff to be able to do with them. Plus, he just looks cool, right? I mean, just minus everything else, he just looks cool, which is what I'm drawing right now. And I'm noodling it way too much, but it's like, man.
I know, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. I was showing somebody today, and I go, look at, see that hand and that wrist? I go, there's probably 2,000 lines on that. And I go, here's the crazy thing. This cover is almost a full body shot of Gunslinger.
Oh, wow.
So that hand and that wrist are maybe going to be, at best, a 1/4 inch big on a cover. And I got 2,000 lines. This is how dumb I am. This is why it takes me longer for my cover. When I was doing it on paper, I couldn't mess around and go in and zoom in and make it like, oh man, I can go in there and put 1,000 lines. Like, I put so many lines on my stuff. You think I'd learn? I put so many lines on my stuff sometimes that when I go down to the sides, it's going to get printed. It hurts my eyes to look at it because I can't focus on it, because it's so fine that it almost looks blurry.
Right.
So, but Gunslinger, yeah, he's cool. So I'm working on him with this issue 50. I thought I came up with a sort of interesting way to sneak the 50 in. But you'll be seeing that cover here. I think we just handed in solicitations, and this one's due literally tonight. So I got to try and finish it.
Yeah, looking forward to number 50.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I really am. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, guys.
For sure. Todd, I hate to ask this question because I know it's been asked a million times, but it's the number one most asked question on Instagram and Twitter. Is there any updates at all with the movie since last time it's been asked, which was probably a week ago?
I don't know what I said a week ago. The latest update is that we sent an offer out to an A-list director. So we're negotiating with his representative. So that's where we're at with that. So everybody's got their fingers crossed that we'll be able to work out a deal. But even at that, my guess is we'll make sure that we've got the story where we want it, and we make a deal with the studio before we probably come out and maybe even announce that director, right? Because I keep sort of piecemealing these pieces of information, and then something sort of comes, and it's like, I'm just at the point where it's like, let's just get it all done, and then go, here's the director, here's the story, here's the actors, here's when we start, here's the studio, and we have all that information. We're talking about content, right? Not wishful thinking. But
Awesome.
again, is everybody still doing their thing? Yeah. But Hollywood just moves at a snail's pace. It's crazy.
Yeah, can't even imagine. What's going on, Joseph Joker? I unmuted you. Welcome to stage.
Sorry. Hey
You're good.
guys, how are you?
Great.
So, Todd, I have a very simple question to you.
What? 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Like, shoot, man.
One of the things I wonder if I could talk a bit about some of the criticisms that I see in regards to your action figures.
Okay.
It's a simple one. Do you ever see yourself moving into pinless?
I think we've done some. I think we've done some before. The problem is that there's a pro and a con with everything, right? And the pinless doesn't allow you to get at times the same sort of range in certain parts of the body. It works fine in some places. Maybe we should just sort of go, hey, for that piece and that piece and that piece, we do it the way we do it, and the other one we do it pinless. But it's not because we don't know. It's just that we constantly go, okay, what do we want the figure to do, right? So, but if everybody's yelling for it and the marketplace shifts that way, then we will
pivot.
We'll be right there. So,
is it cheaper, Todd, to do pins at a factory over pinless?
To do what?
To have pins instead of pinless in the factory?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Not. I mean, again, there's a bit, but not anything that should be the reason why you're doing it or not doing it. So.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to when you do Goro and Motaro, because I know you love monsters, and I'm really looking forward to your Mortal Kombat big boys like Goro and Kintaro and all of that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
All right.
Thanks,
Take
Joe.
care, guys.
Appreciate your question. What's going on, Edo Savage? Welcome to stage. Savage.
Yeah, Savage.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. What's your question, man?
I have a question.
You come to the right place.
Do you think? Yeah, thank you. Do you think it is possible to balance engineering studies and being an indie comic book author at the same time?
Well, I missed the first part. Balancing being an indie and a what?
Engineering studies.
Engineering.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow, that's a big question. Can you balance it? Of course you can. I mean, everybody sort of figures out their life. Some people are better at balancing, but if you have an intent to be a great engineer and or a great comic book creator, at some point you're going to have to pick your poison, and you're going to have to go, which one of these do I want to sort of give my shot to that's there. So if I understand it, and I know kind of why you're asking the question, maybe, is that people can't afford to quit their day job to go and try at another occupation that they would like to, because they don't know if it's going to work and they're not going to make money at it. And I completely understand that dilemma, but very few people have been able to put like one toe in any water and it work out in a big way, right? So is it doable? Yes. Will you be satisfied? I doubt it, because you as an individual will just go, I like one over the other, or I want to do of that over the, and at some point you figure out where the money isn't the reason why you're holding yourself back. You got to just sometimes just try it, and you got to starve a little bit. You got to big bore and steal. Give yourself 120 days to try something. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to whatever it was that you wanted. So if you wanted to be a comic book artist, I'm not saying that's the route, because everybody has to choose for themselves. That you may have to go, I gotta take 4 months off being an engineer, and then if it doesn't work or I don't see any improvement, I've got to go back and just be an engineer and maybe give up the dream. I don't know. It's a tough question. It's a hard gut wrenching question you're asking, because we don't all get to do the thing we wish we could do. So yeah, I don't know if that's you or you're asking on behalf of somebody else, but
No, it's me.
I
It's
feel
the
for it.
dilemma I'm in right now.
Pardon me?
Because I have to choose between one and the other.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know you, but there's, if you got a sick mom at home, that needs medical attention, or you got a family and you got 3 kids, and there's a lot of things that go into that balancing. I don't envy anybody having to make those tough choices of, do I play it safe and not sort of follow my heart, or do I do it the other way? The only thing I would say is that at some point, once you do make a decision, either way, you just have to, you're gonna have to live with it. Don't torture yourself. Like don't live with regret, right? So either make the choice and live with your choice, or then throw caution to the wind and do what you got to do. Don't put yourself in a position where you're always second guessing yourself. And when you make the decision, don't be your own worst enemy.
Thanks for your question, Savage.
Thanks
Best
for your
of luck
answer.
in your endeavors. Have a great weekend, bud. All right, we got Raul on stage and our resident translator, Jabizel. What's going on, Raul?
Hi, Rem. Hi, Todd. Hi,
Raúl, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, bien, gracias. I had only one question. I say to JB and for translate.
Sí, no te preocupes.
La pregunta es, ¿cuáles son los aspectos más importantes para él cuando está revisando un portafolio? Ha asistido a las revisiones y yo ahorita he estado mejorando mi portafolio y también he hecho varios cursos de cosas para mejorar, pero ¿qué es lo que él le parece más importante ver en algún portafolio? Porque pues uno de mis sueños sería trabajar junto a él y pues sí, esa es la pregunta.
Okay. Sí. Yeah, so the question is what are the main things that you consider when you are reviewing a portfolio? You're doing a portfolio review.
Wow.
Well, if you have maybe your top 5, I think.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about when I look at a portfolio. Although we've done portfolio reviews, and I pass some information on, but I can honestly tell you that when I look at a portfolio, like anybody else, I can tell in 15 seconds, 10 seconds, whether it works. Whether, like, for me, right? Doesn't mean that I'm right, but for me, what I'm looking for, it's in a heartbeat. It's like when you go and you find somebody in your life that you fall in love with, right? Like, you don't have to learn to like them. Like, you just see them across the room and you go, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, right? And your heart skips, right? Good artwork does the exact same thing. Like, you don't have to figure out a way to like it. You look at it and instantly you just go, wow, look at that beauty. And so now, if you want me to break down, and I've done it before, what it is that I'm actually in that 5-10 seconds, it's storytelling, some anatomy, the way that the body moves it doesn't feel stiff like it's being posed. It feels like it's in mid motion. There's a clarity to it. The dynamics, even I look at like how they do detail, and like I look at a bunch of stuff real quick, and then you assess whether there's enough good stuff in there that whatever they may be, like, practice will get them there, right? And if you give them a job and you pay them to get better, for sure they'll get better. So there's really not one thing, because if you've paid attention to any of the portfolio reviews that we've done, I look at each one and then I go into different aspects for every artist and point out different things that to me catch my eye, right? Here's what caught my eye, which may have turned me off to your pages compared to somebody else. So I wish I had a 30-second answer, wave to everybody and go, if you do this, you will instantly be better. It's not that easy. And the advice that I said before that I got that I hated the most was people telling me to continue drawing, just keep drawing and get better, right? And I like, fuck, that's it, that's all you got. But it's true. The more you practice anything, the better you're gonna get. And so that's it. But like, when I look through Instagram or I see something, if I go to DeviantArt and I'm looking at people's art, I just scroll. You know, people, I've never done this because I got a wife that I adore, but I understand this, how it works. You know how like you go like those dating sites and then they say like you swipe left or right? I don't know how it works. You swipe one way, you're like, yes, no, yes. What, like, and I guess people do it in seconds sometimes because they're just looking at the physical beauty at that point. I don't know if they're reading anything else. I got to tell you, portfolios are kind of the same.
Okay.
Like I can look at a lot of people real fast and I only need to see 2 or 3 real images real quick and just go, no, I don't see it. No. And then sometimes it'd be like, whoa, there's a couple, let me see. And then I'll dig deeper, see if like I can find more from them. And then there's just the person that like all 3 are just amazing. So I just go, shoot. I gotta dig into this person. So, yeah.
Awesome, thanks. I'm gonna translate very, very quick immediately. Prácticamente, Raúl, son que él en 10 segundos te puede decir si le gusta un arte o no cuando lo ve inmediatamente. ¿Qué son los consejos que nos ha dado en la revista Folios? Que tengas una historia narrada en la anatomía, el dinamismo de tu personaje, las poses. Definitivamente practicando vas a mejorar tu trabajo y que él cada vez que revisa a un artista puede encontrar diferentes aspectos. No siempre va a ser lo mismo que identifique porque depende del estilo de cada artista. Y por último nos dice que en Instagram pues él puede revisar el arte, ¿verdad?, de artistas, como la gente puede decir, este no me gusta. Él aplica lo mismo en la revisión de la cuando un arte te asombra y le llama la atención o sea que corregir. En resumen, esa es su respuesta. Ok.
And lots of skulls and spikes.
Muchos calaveras y picos. Hay que agregarle a todo, ponle calaveras y picos.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, JB. Thank you, Ren.
Thank you. I'm doing by coincidence. The reason I said that, I'm doing skulls right now. So I'm just like, and then I'm looking back and I'm going, man, those look cool. Like Gunslinger, I don't know if you guys know his costume or whatever, but he has like skulls on his hat, but he also has them like on his arm, like around his bicep, right? These little tiny little skulls. So I'm doing the little tiny skulls on his bicep, right? So
nice.
And it's like, oh man, anytime you line up a bunch of little tiny heads up, cool.
Thanks for your question, Raw. JB, thanks for translating.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.
Yep, thank you.
What's going on, John Rowe? 001, welcome to stage.
Hey, can you hear me?
No.
Okay. Fantastic. Hi everybody. Hey, Todd. So Todd, just a quick question. I remember once you said that for the state of current comic creators and things like that, that ever since the image publishers, when you guys all got together, there hasn't been anybody who's really done the things that you guys have done, and that you're still waiting for that. Do you still feel the same way, or do you think that it's even more difficult to really do the things that you guys did to really stand out and make a dent?
Yeah, I'd have to know what the context is of what I would say that, because it's hard for me to say like, oh man, look what we did. We were so great. Nobody else could do it. There must have been more of a nuance to it. I think probably I'm hoping what I said was, I think because it was a little bit of a different time and we had our success, that there are people who think they can't do it. Not that they can't, but they talk themselves out of it, and then they're not trying because they think it's a different thing, right? And I don't adhere to that. I think good talent, good skill will always have a place. I don't care what time and where you're at and what the era is, or any of that right there. So, but I think because also sales right now are not as strong as they once were a little while ago. It's already sort of hard to do your own, create your own thing and be able to live completely off it. And then if you go, wow, even the books that can do that, the sales are down. Maybe the safer play is to just go work for the big two. It's too bad to me. It's too bad for that, because, and it's actually a bit of a reality right now. And I wouldn't begrudge anybody from doing that. So it's I've said I wish there were more examples of what we did, and more people who try it. Then there's a chance that you're going to have more success stories, because the more people that try it, the odds go up. And I just wish more people were trying it. So it's not doable. People are doing it, and every now and then lightning in a bottle strikes. But it's not easy, right? There's a line in A League of Their Own baseball story about the women's professional baseball league during wartime, World War II. And I don't know if you remember the line, but the character, the ball player, just said, I can't, it's hard. And then Tom Hanks says, he goes, it's supposed to be hard, because that's what makes it great. He goes, if it was fucking easy, everybody'd be doing it. It's the hard that makes it great. Because if you can figure it out, you're part of a small group, right? And it's like, wow, and it goes. So yeah, I encourage everybody to try it. I wish more people tried it. That's probably, I'm hoping, said. I don't think we did anything that's not replicatable. People can do their own creator books and get something that turns out to be big. Go, right? You don't have to do it at Image. You don't have to do it the way we did it, but it's doable. But I think people talk themselves out of it. That's the shame.
Great question.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thanks, John Rowe.
Thanks. Real pleasure. Thank you.
Have a good weekend, boss. What's going
You
on,
too.
Wukong? Welcome to stage.
Hello. You can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
No.
I'd like to say before I ask, it's a very big honor to meet you. When I finally have the chance.
Well,
But-
you're doing me a favor, because I got to get through this cover, and you're distracting me, so I'm not like thinking about everything I'm doing. So
All right, I'll disconnect myself.
I used to do this when I was doing my books full time. Whenever I get and I go, oh man, I got a deadline, I got to get this page out, I would just arbitrarily phone one of my friends. Usually it was one of my comic book friends, and we would just talk about silly stuff like we're doing right now. And then next thing you know, a couple hours go by, and the page was done.
Ah, okay.
Especially when you're doing stuff like buildings and cars and stuff you don't want to really pay attention to. You just go, I got to take my mind off. I'm going to phone Rob Liefeld, or I'm going to phone Jim Lee. We're going to just talk about stupid stuff. So,
So my question is, it sort of like is related to what the last person asked, and more has to do with from like your experience, like finding Image with everyone else, and along with just having a lot of like mainstream peers, like sort of, I guess, criticizing against you or against like Image.
Okay.
What would you say like has gotten you through like all that pushback and like kept you motivated as someone who wanted to be independent from the mainstream at the time?
Oh, dude, this is easy. I don't give a shit.
Nice.
That's a simple answer because it's true and it's my personality, right? Look at there's a I can sum it up a little bit. It sort of goes something like this: sticks and stones can break my bone, but names will never hurt me. Now you can either fucking live by that, I do, or you don't. Oddly, I have found that me not caring makes me an oddball because, and here's why, most people do care. That's a good thing. Me saying I don't give a shit, I don't encourage it. I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying it's a good thing. Let me go be full transparency. I don't wish another Todd on the world, right? I'm just saying it works for me. It works for me. So, as we said earlier, if you don't like what I'm doing, then just walk away, go do your own thing. Like this is the piece that it's like people think that somehow people who have celebrity have power over other people. If we had that power, I had fucking 10 million people behind my. I don't. Matter of fact, I'd get 1 billion of them. It'd be even easier, right? I'd be Elon Musk. Shit, everybody buying my thing. Woo! But I don't. I don't have any control over any other human being other than myself. And what I've done is I've learned a method that works for me. Don't endorse it for anybody else. In which I can go to bed every night with a clear conscience saying, did you do the best you could, Todd, given the limited skill sets you have today? Maybe 10 years from now, you'll be smarter, better, faster, whatever. But today is all I've got. I've got whatever talents I've got today. Did you do the best you could, and were you trying to be as reasonable and as kind a human being to others? If the answer is yes, close your eyes and get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow's another day, right? So, like, here's a weird thing. When we went from we quit Marvel, the group of us, and we started Image. I literally became blind, and I was a geek. I knew everything about Marvel, DC. I literally became blind to what Marvel and DC were, and you know why? Because I put my head down and I was doing Spawn, and I didn't look up. I didn't know what was going on. So people do, and it's kind of true today. If you were to say to me, gun to my head, if you don't answer this question, Todd, Jake's dead. First thing I'd have to say is, sorry, Jake, right? Because he's going to be dead here pretty soon. And you said, hey, what's the biggest thing happening at Marvel? I don't know. I don't know. What's the biggest thing happening at DC? I don't know. I don't have any control over those companies. I got my own stuff I got to worry about.
Rest in peace, Jake.
Yeah, he's dead. So that's it. Like, so I don't know. That's it. I just don't. I don't give power to other people's opinions, except there's one person, my wife. Because I plan on living the rest of my days with that one person. I'm going to give her that power because I don't want to disrupt that. But even my son, Jake, he's here, right? To some extent. I don't care what Jake thinks about the old man. I ain't living with him and don't plan on living with him for the rest of my life. What are you talking about? I hope I know him for the rest of my life, but I'm not living with, like, he's got his own life, whatever. Like, Jake, you don't like what your old man's doing? Do your own thing. Cool. Done. So if I can do that to my own son, and it's not out of disrespect or I don't love the kid, right? I do, like, with all my heart. It's your life, then go live your life. I'm going to live my life, warts and all. I am an imperfect human being, and I accept that, whatever else. I'm just going to do the best I can, and then either you're going to that artistically, or you're not. And as a neighbor, you're either going to like the way I treat you or not. Then don't, and you're going to hang out with me or you're not. Your choice. Your choice. Your choice. I don't get to do that. I just get to control my action. So I don't know. So I've been doing it for 40 years. And I've been fortunate, very, 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 to have had the level of success I've had. I don't need people's approval. I just don't. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. So and I didn't even need it. I didn't need it when I was younger. I was so hungry to want to climb the top of the mountain. I was just like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, Todd, you're never going to get top of the mountain. Like, oh yeah, that just motivated me when I was younger, right? And so now that I'm old, it's like, I don't know. I'm doing okay. Don't worry about me. Don't cry for me. No, we're doing good. Give your pity to somebody else. I'm okay. And that everybody doesn't like me. I mean, there's plenty of people here in the audience I'm speaking to that could point to stuff. They go, Todd, you could have done better. And they're right. They're right. But it was the best I could do given the circumstances. Maybe we were rushed. Maybe I was sick. Maybe I just had a bad day. Whatever. There's lots of. Maybe I just didn't have the talent. Simple. And then tomorrow, another day, and you hope you do a little bit better. Boom, done. And next thing you know, you've got enough people that support you, and 40 years. So good on it. But critics, shit. Go do your own comic book. Like, this is easy. Then go do the comic book you like. Go draw it yourself and write it yourself, or go find, I can't help you with this piece.
Nice.
Thanks for calling for the question, man.
Real quick, can I at least say that I would like to just personally thank you for just inspiring me as an artist, especially thanks to like your YouTube channel with whenever you've like shown like drawing tips here and there.
Oh, well, you know, actually, I get that a lot, and I keep threatening I need to do more. But I like every time I go, hey, I need to do a drawing video. Oh man, I could have just started a cover. I should just be doing. To me, every time I draw, I'm always that should get like every piece of work I do. I should publish it. I need to publish it. Like, so, get the work done. Get the work done. Get the work done. Get the work done.
All right, it was nice speaking to you. I'll get out of your hair.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend. What's going on, IT08?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey Todd, I was just wanted to ask, what made you really want to get into the action figure business, and what kind of motivated you to take on a new challenge like that?
I thought a lot of the toys in the marketplace were kind of dopey. I mean, it was that simple. I wasn't collecting them. I thought they were overly simplistic artistically, and it was like, man, I don't understand it. And somebody wanted to make a Spawn action figure too, right? The companies, and I didn't think that their standard. And this is my ego, right? I didn't think the standard of the toys they were making sort of fit what I thought Spawn should be. So I wasn't willing to let them just do their formula on mine, my brand. And so the only answer was, well, then don't let them have it. Let them have it, and deal with that decision that it's going to look kind of goofy, or go do it yourself. And I took door number 3. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's great speaking to you.
Yeah.
Appreciate your question, IT. Have a great weekend. Looks like we only got a couple questions left. A few people have been invited up but not accepting that hand raise. Ventus, what's going on? Ventus Knight. Hello.
Hiya. There we go.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, cool. First of all, hang on. Sorry about that. First of all, Todd, really wanted to say thank you for you. I've been a fan of Spawn since I was a teenager. And
you're 21 right now?
I'm 37.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, okay. Thanks. You need to put it in perspective. I needed to figure out. Okay, cool. Well, so you've been around for a while. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, been around for a long while. The question I actually got a couple quick questions for you. One, have you considered instead of maybe doing a movie, doing more of like a live action TV series for Spawn?
Yes, I have yes. But here's what I'll say about that. I've seen movies be successful and eventually get turned into TV shows. There's a TV series coming up about aliens right now. Then the other way around. How many, try and name like a TV show that was popular, and there's been lots, and they turned it into a movie, right? So they didn't do it with Friends. They didn't do it even with Walking Dead, right? TV show, whatever, but they've done it a lot of times the other direction. So that was my reason for saying no. I think we need to get theatrical first, because we can then always do television second if it works, I think. So
I gotcha. The other thing was I'm actually a writer myself. I also do artistry as well. What would be the best way for someone like myself because I actually have stories and stuff actually of Spawn and everything of my own how could I ever get something like that to you?
Here's where the tough part, because usually we have books already. So it's not like we've got like 20 books and we're constantly looking for somebody to replace them. The harder thing to find is like people who do artwork on a regular basis. I've talked to lots of people that go, "Hey Todd, can I pitch you a Spawn idea or whatever else?" It becomes difficult because even if I like it, I don't have a home for it because I've already got my writers. Right. And I'm not going to go, "Hey, I met somebody at a convention. They gave me something. I got to kick you off for a month or two." I wouldn't do it to you, so I wouldn't do it to them. So.
No, I get that. And lastly, they're getting ready to come out with the fourth game in the series. Did you ever consider doing the Darksiders as part of your action figure collection?
I know at some point it was on our list of things to look at, but I'll double check to see what
because that seems like it'd be something right up McFarlane's alley.
Yeah,
honestly.
No, I'll check to see when's the last time we made contact with the people with that brand.
Sweet. Thanks for your question, Ventus.
No problem. Thank you again, Todd. Nice meeting you, sir. Hope to actually meet you in the future.
All right, thanks.
Okay,
Rem, I'm gonna give me 1 second. I gotta do something here. Give me 5-10 seconds here.
Yeah, no worries. We're coming up towards the end of the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to remind everybody listening on Twitter and Instagram, discord.gg/McFarlane. If you want to participate in these live shows where you can actually come up and speak to Todd yourself, you have to be in Discord. You can listen to everyone else. The recording will be on the Oddkey YouTube this weekend. But if you want to participate in the actual show itself, you got to be in the Discord. Sounds like we got some new drops coming soon. You heard a little bit of details about that. I know Jake and I are super excited to drop more details. Yes, it is an NFT. However, there is a lot of physical aspects with it that are pretty unique to this server and this server alone. One-of-one sketches, getting your book signed, sending them us to me and Jake. We'll get Todd to sign them and send them back to you. So you'll only be able to, that's only happening here, and you'll only be able to take advantage of that if you do participate in our upcoming NFT release, which features animated Spawn art. It's pretty sweet. So keep an eye out for all of that.
All right, I'm back, Rim.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We only got a couple more questions, Todd, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But what's going on, Lloyd Gant? How are we doing? Lloyd, unmute your mic, buddy. I know you've been wanting to ask this question, Lloyd. I'm going to have to cut you in line. All right. This guy was asking a lot of questions in chat and then no question on the mic. What's going up, Tiny Spawny? Welcome to stage.
Hey, Todd. Huge Gunslinger fan. So once this cover does come out, I'm going to get out a magnifying glass and check out all the line art in that hand and wrist.
Oh, man, I'll probably post a couple of them just to go, hey, look at this, just the shoulder, dumbass Todd.
Yeah, we need to be able to appreciate it if it's going to be on the cover.
Yeah.
So I have a couple. I have a ton of questions, but I just have a couple that are related to the latest issue of Gunslinger.
Do it. I have all the answers. You might not like any. You might not like any of them, but I've got them all.
Being that the story comes out of your head, then I know you have all the answers. I just don't know if you're going to give them to me. Are there any plans, since we got it for the Al Simmons spawn? Are there any plans to have a figure with the wings?
Yes.
Awesome. And if I'm fairly certain Gunslinger is going to be the next Kickstarter, can like the wings be like a stretch goal?
Okay. Man, he's going to design my whole toy. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm not just putting that out there. I just think he looks awesome.
No. But I'm going. Yes. What else you need? Like, yes.
Right.
Do it.
I'm just asking.
But I'm telling you though, like the answer is yes, because those are the kind of things that make those things like work. So I think it's a nice add-on piece, and B, I think he looks cool with it. So.
Oh yeah, I mean the wings, the shotgun, his revolvers. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
I want to try and do something where, and again for people that aren't familiar with Gunslinger, but part of the story, and it's sort of what's happening a little bit in it right now, is he like to kill certain angels and certain things. He has to make the equivalent of. Remember, we were kids, to kill a werewolf, you have to shoot him with a silver bullet, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of that, except for he has to dip his bullets in necroplasm, which is basically his own blood.
Yes.
So he makes like all those bullets that he has on him. Those are, for the most part, I in my brain he's made them and they're all dipped. The problem is he has to keep cutting himself to get the blood, right? And so I've shown a couple times where like if you lift his shirt, he literally has hundreds of cuts across his body and his legs and arms, right? To me, it's like that bad photo you see of a slave that's been whipped on the back, right? Except for these are smaller iterations of it. Mm-hmm. And at some point, it's like you're going to run out of body to be able to get to it. And oh, by the way, you can't just keep draining your own fluids because it's not good for you health-wise, right? So I'm playing a little bit of that right now. We're starting to feel the effects of him.
So that's leading to my next question, and I don't think this is a throwaway line where he says that his own body is slowly began to decay for months.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, the part of this that I got to try and figure out, because I put myself in a corner, is that when he first took over this body, I mean, literally in the Spawn comic book, way like I think it was issue 303 or whatever, Cagliostro said to him, like, "Oh, so you're in this body, the one that we now know as Aviar." He's like, "You know that body's just going to eventually, you're going to have to jump to another one."
Yeah.
Right. Like the power, the energy it takes to run that body basically makes it decay, and then you gotta. And so he's starting to feel some of that. So the question is, do I come up with a way that he can work around it to Javier, or do I just get him to body jump someplace else? So I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet.
But he wouldn't really be Javi though if he jumped because he inhabited Javi's body.
What was it?
If he jumps to another body, he wouldn't be Javi.
Correct.
Because Javi's the body he's in.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So do I do basically James Bond and take him to another actor, right? Or do I keep the same actor? I don't know. Haven't made that final decision yet, but that's the dilemma he's going, and at some point I'm gonna have to pick a path because that's a little bit of where he's headed right now.
Well, I would vote for like a drawn out quantum leap. He jumps into a completely different persona and a different body.
Yeah.
But then you have to rewrite the character each time.
Well, I guess they do it for Doctor Who and things like that. So, so again, do I want to go down that route or no? I haven't made that decision. But I've created that element that I could go there and it would be part of the mythology of him. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you decide.
Appreciate your question, Tiny.
I'm looking forward to it too because you make those decisions 5 minutes before game time.
That's when the best decisions are made.
Well, as long as you're not doing it in duress, like never make a panic emotional decision. So they're not good decisions.
What's going on, Lloyd Gant?
Hey guys, could you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. So hey Todd, I was wondering about your toys. So I hear the DC thing is running to its end, and you may be picking up the.
Where'd you hear that?
Oh, I thought that's what I heard online. I keep hearing about the Marvel.
Someone should told me this bullshit.
Okay, well, cool. It's not running to end. So, but you may be doing Marvel soon with the picking up the Marvel Diamond Select thing. Is that still happening?
I wouldn't hold my breath on that either.
Oh, really? I'd love to see that. So
yeah, so would I. But I think that the Diamond Select, Diamond Direct, whatever you want to call it, a little bit of that with a bit of a bane of Hasbro's existence. You know what I mean? I've talked about it before. Hasbro pays a lot of money for that license, the Marvel action figure license.
Well, I know you worked with Hasbro recently with the G.I. Joe page punchers. Like, do you have any intention of like taking that forward? We're full size figures.
Yeah, we're constantly asking them, but again, you run up against either prior contracts and or agendas that the companies are trying to stay with. So they're trying to be loyal somewhat to the people who are doing good business for them and things like that. So I mean I get it. Like it's man, I understand it. I'm a big boy. I get the decision making, right? I mean,
yeah, but you make the best figures. That's you make the best ones. The Hasbro things just kind of let me down every time. But I'm also a fan of Boss Fight Studios, and they do blank figures, for customizing, directly blanks, where you can get like custom heads and whatnot, and then also Mythic Legions, which kind of do the same thing. Do you have any thoughts about doing anything like that?
Yeah, we might. We might. Yeah, it's not a sort of, at least right now, like a big meaningful piece of business, right? So there's lots of things we can do and do a little bit here and a little bit there, but sometimes the reason that some companies can do things and others can't is because they're not the same scale. I mean, we're not a giant company, but we're not a small company, right?
No, not at all. You guys are bigger than Boss Fight Studios for sure. My last part of the question is
we have to make decisions that will generate in total enough revenue to pay for our entire staff, right?
Sure.
I have an obligation to
the good, hardworking people that work for me to make sure that.
As a 3-part question, my last part of the question is like, how can I send you submissions? And if you want to email that to me, I can give you my email. Like, if you don't want to say it publicly.
Send it to Rem, and then Rem will get it to Jake and or.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I've been is Jake the one who does McFarlane signatures? I've been buying quite a bit from there. So,
well, he thanks you because he's driving a Lamborghini now.
Hell yeah. Awesome, man. Like I got that Shirley Johnson first signed by you, man. That's like I'm gonna get it CGC graded here soon. And I love everything you're doing, man. The new Batman, I'm like hoping to win that one. I'll see what happens. So love you, brother. That's all I have to ask, and that's all I have to talk to you about right now. And hope to talk to you again soon.
All right, appreciate your support.
Have a good one. What's going on, Texas Red?
Hey guys, Todd. As always, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence and your stories, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, sure, my pleasure.
I got 2 questions for you. The first one is the last time you did a live drawing for us, you drew a Venom sketch, and that was supposed to go on auction for OCT, and then you changed your mind. Is there any way we can change your mind to release that for us? That's one of the things we've been asking you is original art on digital, and you said that you would. Can we change your mind about that one?
Yeah, maybe. I think part of my hesitation, and I don't know if it was true back then, but part of the hesitation is that I don't own Venom, right? So you have to be somewhat prudent in how you generate your money and whether you're stepping on toes, right? So people go to conventions and do commission artwork, and technically you can sell one of one, but that's at a convention. I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit because like if it was a thing or whatever else.
No, I was referring to OCT. I was referring to your OCT token.
Oh,
not.
Yeah,
because some of us we've been around for 3 years saving up our OCT so we can actually try to bid on your originals. And this is one of the reasons that I joined the Discord, and many others have. And it would be OCT, so you wouldn't be stepping over anybody's toes because it's just a reward token.
I wish I could say it was that simplistic, right? So let me tell you, somebody's been in court a handful of times, right? So not sued, in court. There are a lot of arguments good lawyers and bad lawyers can make, right? And so let me give it a think there, because once you start using something that somebody else perceives as theirs, then they can very easily go, hey, yes, it's OCT and whatever else, but because it's our character, this is the reason why people came, and this is why people come in there. And then later on over here, Todd's doing this other thing, he's making money. And if it wasn't for us drawing their attention with our character, blah, blah, blah. I've been there. I was in a court case where a hockey player had a expert witness saying that he should get 10% of everything that my company is putting up. And I was, just so you're clear, we're doing a toy of Wayne Gretzky. Hopefully you've heard of Wayne Gretzky. And I was paying Wayne Gretzky 9%. So this expert said with a straight face to the jury that if Todd does a toy of Wayne Gretzky should get 9%. If Todd does a toy of Wayne Gretzky, given that he's never made a toy of my client or anybody else, that my client should get 10% of Wayne Gretzky's toy. Wayne Gretzky should only get 9% of his own toy. My client should get 10%, given that he doesn't know Wayne and he doesn't know Todd and he has nothing. He should get 10.
And the jury said, that makes sense.
Well, you still
So
have
even if you think,
I got one more for you.
Yeah, even if you think you're doing the right thing, I'm telling you, I've been in front of juries, man, those are woo. So yeah, I would like at some point I keep saying I need to get to a lawsuit where I'm the right. So because I can just like tell these sad stories and get the jury to go, yeah, you go get that big guy. So anyway, that's
Todd, my second question is your 221 run to 231 run are some of the most iconic cover, most highly sought after. Do you think when we hit 400 on Spawn issues, you think you could do it? Give us 10 covers of iconic covers again, different covers.
Sure, I can do whatever I want.
That would be wonderful if you could give us 10 covers, just like you did with 221 to 231, but instead do like 400, but A, B, C, D, 10 of them, but various different iconic covers. And can we get you to do it for us? Where it comes with and with the sketch also 1 in 25.
It's possible. I won't make a commitment as I stand here right now, because I may at some point be in a position where I'll go, hey, Tom Hanks, can I get you to do a drawing for me instead? So I don't want to paint myself into a corner. So
love that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate your interest.
Thanks, Texas. Have a good one, boss. I remember you have those original drawings of the hands and feet, if people are interested in that. That was the same live drawing.
Yeah.
Jake asked, oh, go ahead.
If somebody was saying they want to see the gunslinger. If I take a picture, and it'd be a bad picture, it'd be a picture of a digital. But if I send it to Jake, Jake can post it someplace.
Yep.
Now I'm not going to show you the whole cover, but I'll show you some of the stupid stuff.
This is Gunslinger 50.
Yeah. Okay, so this is. Let me see. Do I want to show the hand, which I literally is a fucking quarter-inch big, or do I want to like show you like shoulder or something? Because all of it's just stupid. Like, come on, Todd. It's a disease. It's a disease. It's a disease. What I do. I'm just like, Todd. What are you thinking of, you dumbass? So,
Jake wants to know who bats first on your baseball team.
No, I'm not the manager on Sunday. The manager is coming, so Jake's back in the number one slot. Lucky dog.
Ooh, Jake, you're the first hitter, huh?
No.
Lucky one.
Yeah, I was supposed to take over the batting order, so I bats high. But on the score sheet, it's a McFarlane and a McFarlane, so I was just going to swap it. Just one is going to be a Jake McFarlane go down, and the T McFarlane comes up, like whatever. But it's still McFarlane, the same slot. But it doesn't look like
you're not the ringer, the number 4 hitter for the Grand Slam.
No, dang it, no. So, but I'm going to send take a silly picture here, and then I'm going to send it to Jake, and then Jake can. Let's see. This is so I should turn it the right direction so people know. You might not even know what you're looking at. It's a shoulder, and then remember I said I was doing all the skull, right?
Yep.
So I'll put a couple of those in there, going up to his shoulder, leading up to his head. But this is just his shoulder, so I'll take that. Okay, I'm gonna send that to Jake.
You guys are getting a shoulder pick right now.
You get a shoulder pick, like man, who doesn't like a shoulder pick? So imagine that now. Take what you're about to see and look at it like across like entire body, and then you just go, oh, dumb Todd. So yeah, I don't know. Look at I in hindsight, I said before, I look at my Spider-Man and I go, why did I do all that web on his costume and the spaghetti web? Man, Todd, like it doesn't make any sense. It's not really rational at times. What I do with my art. So I don't, like I said, I can't teach it because first off, the first step 1, become quasi insane. Okay, good. Now that you're there, let's go.
right? And I'll teach you the other steps.
Are you able to send it to Jake on Discord?
Pardon me?
Are you able to send it to Jake on Discord?
Oh yeah, maybe I could. I don't know. I was just gonna send it to him as a text, and then he could put it up.
Jake, you're getting a text. He messaged me requesting on Discord, but you know what? No.
Oh, Jack, I could like maybe I could do it. I got the picture. I go to Discord. Hold on a sec. Let me try. Let me see if I can unboomer myself.
Yeah, you don't even need the middleman.
No, so I'm going like here. Okay, done. And then where do you want me to post it?
Literally anywhere. I can repost it once you've posted it. Oh, right, Jake got it. Jake posted it. He will be apps.
All right, forget it.
Wow, that's a shoulder. There's skulls and spikes.
There it is. So imagine the head, guns, cape, bullets on his chest, leg pack, pistol.
Gunslinger Fitty.
A wrinkled part of his jacket and the shoulder. That's all that is. So,
Gunslinger says, by the way, that he likes shoulder peaks. So he's very happy.
Weirdo.
Hey, Todd, by the way, Jonathan Uribe says hi.
Oh, well, you tell him I said hi back.
Yeah, he's listening to you right now.
Well, it's good. Okay, good. He needs to do like 20 issues for me. Good, thank you.
Nice, yeah. He has a lot to do, a lot to work.
Well, this has been an awesome Q&A, just over 2 hours. Before we close it out, looks like Todd has left us on accident. I think that's going to be just a accident. I don't know what just happened, but we miss it. He's coming back. Okay. But anyways, we're going to wrap up.
I don't know. I think it was AI's taking over or something.
AI's got your computer.
Man, what the heck?
We can appreciate your time, Todd. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this cafe. Is there any final words to the audience before we close out?
Yeah. Never stand by an open fire after eating burritos.
Ooh, it's a good one. Take notes. Appreciate everyone's time, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Thanks, Todd. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, be good.
Gracias a todos.